Austin, you finally won yourself a quarter.
No, wait, hold on, man. I'm still waiting for that stat adjustment.
Just hitting refresh constantly.
I literally am. I see that circle. Nothing's happening yet. It's on its way.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to episode 10, the big 1-0. I don't know how we got this far yet, but episode 10 of the Log Pod covering the League of Ordinary Gentlemen. I am your host, Jay, back again with the boys in the back. Gentlemen, how are we doing this week?
Doing good. I thought for sure we would get canceled after the Sleepy Pod.
I haven't checked the logistics yet. I think we probably lost, I don't know, half our audience.
Oh, I'm guaranteeing it.
Mr. Snake, how you doing this week?
Still refreshing, dude. Still refreshing.
Still
Have some
swiping
faith,
up.
man. I know it's been a while since you won, but have some faith.
Can we call it? Can I have my quarter?
I think
You know what?
I think we can call
For
it.
the aspect of the
Hell
pod,
yeah.
we'll call it.
But if it switches during the recording at live, you need to let us know because I'm sure you're gonna keep refreshing.
I might be a little distracted today.
Anyway, but this is our episode 10, our week 8 recap and our week 9 preview. Just going to get some quick remarks out of the way here in the beginning. I'm going to keep saying it even though nobody listens to me apparently. Discord suggestions are open. We would like to hear anything if you guys have any ideas for especially like the playoffs and the push for the playoffs. If you want to hear anything new, want to hear us talk about something, please let us know because we're more than willing to do it. And only 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a couple days, right, Mr. Melka?
Yeah. The Tuesday after the week 11 games
And
is
this is
trade
for a
deadline.
trade deadline.
Yep.
So I know we kind of said some misleading information, but I was getting my sources wrong from my source guy,
I
so
was
blame him.
I was 1 week off. I apologize.
How dare?
I'm no,
But,
This is a
sorry.
professional podcast.
Terrible person. I know.
Acts like it.
And this is foreshadowing, by the way. 2 weeks, 6 days to do something funny. I'm
Yep.
waiting. But on that note, let's get right into our week 8 recap. First one on the docket, we got Endzone Gods versus Toilet Snake. Toilet Snake getting the win again. Boys,
Oh gosh.
someone's got to knock this guy down a peg,
I think
please. Somebody.
I think he's back this. He's back with his soundboard. He's not so sleepy this week.
What's our thoughts on this game, boys?
I
Naturally,
won.
he won.
That's what happened.
Naturally, he won. Although
You begged me to win.
this one
You
did
begged me.
this one did help me a lot, so I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
Next up, we got Barn Burners versus T-Rex bitches. Barn Burners getting the win. Once again, someone else needs to knock these two guys
Yeah,
out of
no
there.
kidding.
Like, this is foreshadowing for later. I got some stuff I'm going to talk about, but like these two top guys in their divisions, someone needs to put them in their place.
Yeah, I was really hoping Rex was gonna be the one here. He had another classic T-Rex game where he put up the third highest score in the league and still lost. So he got back onto his unlucky train after a nice easy W against me last week.
I think if Rex pushes to make the playoffs, I know his record is really hurting him. He's a better team than his record for sure.
For
But
sure.
if he makes the playoffs, and I know he will, he's going to be really scary. And regular season ain't going to matter much.
True.
Next up, we had Deflated Balls versus anyone but Melka, aka Diamond Dogs. Deflated getting the win.
This was
So-
the deflated balls versus inflated balls game, and we found out that deflated balls are actually better than inflated balls.
So does this mean that Tom Brady was guilty of the Deflategate?
Yes, he was
He
absolutely
in fact
guilty.
did not eat the donuts. He's guilty. FBI is going to investigate him right now, drag him in.
His suspension was in fact warranted.
It only took what, 5 years?
Something like that. We found out the truth. We did it for you, NFL and Colts fans.
Next up, we got Barn Burners versus anyone but Melka, aka Diamond Dogs. Deflated Balls versus anyone but Melka. Deflated getting the win. Once again, someone else needs to knock these guys out of there. So does this mean that Tom Brady was guilty of the Deflategate?
His suspension was in fact warranted.
Next up,
It's been 9 years since Deflategate.
I believe
9
it.
years.
It's been 9 years. Oh my god.
Time flies when you're not having fun. Next up, we got High Class versus Slap Yo Mama. Slap Yo Mama kind of putting the hurting on High Class.
Slap's back. Slap your mama, slapped his mama. Real good. All around the block. Slap is back. He's up here making statements.
Are you going to take into account how injured High Class's team was, though?
No.
No. He's just
No.
not good.
I'm gonna be honest. Rip High Class's entire team. I thought he had an outside shot of pushing in the playoffs, and man, his team is not helping him out with injuries at all.
He got Tua back. That's all you need. He'll be fine.
And our last regular game for week 8, we got Little Melka versus Big Boy Club. Little Melka getting back on the win train.
Yep, I really needed it. Let's see if I can string a couple together because I'm gonna need it to even try to push right now.
Say outside looking in for you.
Yeah, at the moment.
Thank you for winning, by the way. Gave me a little bit of breathing room. So.
You're welcome. You helped me out. I helped you out. Not collusion.
No.
Podcast
No.
collusion.
Podcast
Confirmed.
collusion confirmed.
We sabotaged the
And-
other guys' teams.
And our game of the week for week 8, we got Pineapple Express versus Concussors in what I believe is our closest game we've had this year. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I think so.
Pineapple Express getting the win 174.3 to 174.04. Talk about a slim margin between two teams that we thought this would be a snooze fest of a game. Turns out we were wrong.
I'm still refreshing. It's not cheating. I think we can. I think it's safe to call it here.
You won a quarter by a quarter of a point.
Yeah, fair enough. Seems fitting, to be honest.
Say the world didn't want you to win, but somehow, Pineapple pulled it out for you.
Just barely.
Thanks, bud. Thanks, bud. We've been Toilet Bros since week 1, so checks out.
Week 8 in the books, and I gotta say, like I said earlier, our two top teams in our two divisions still winning. This can't be good for competition's sake. I mean, you're gonna have these two guys locking up their divisions here in the next couple weeks if they keep winning.
Potentially. I think Austin has a bigger shot than Dad does. But yeah, it's looking like those two are most likely gonna be our division winners this year.
All I'm gonna say is I'm hoping that these guys in the middle of the pack, one of them separates themselves to be the next contender, because this looks pretty boring at this point for the playoffs.
Yeah, Dad.
I'm having lots of fun.
I'm sure you are, but the rest of the league is all kind of sitting around 4 wins, 3 wins, 5 wins, maybe.
Yeah,
I
Dad.
think before this
Dad and I
season,
were
the
having
most
a
wins
con-
I had, it was 4. So, feels good, man.
Dad
Like I
and I
said,
were having a conversation earlier, and right now it's looking like if you have 9 wins by the end of the season, you're probably gonna lock up a spot.
Well, there's the target. That's the number right there. 9.
Pass it.
We're moving on into the best segment of the week, even though everyone in this damn freaking league doesn't want to help me out. Our trades, waivers, and interesting things. Once again, no trades. None
None.
whatsoever. Gone.
No
Out
trades.
the fucking window. So,
Rip.
boys, take it away. What's interesting and what's happening in the league?
So, I believe we had a couple interesting waiver moves this week. Slap Yo Mama, I get why he picked up Calvin Ridley. He had a really good game with the first game without Hopkins in Tennessee, so we'll see if he can continue that. What I don't get is why he dropped Jamison Williams.
I mean, he's not the best receiver out there, but I
He-
wouldn't have dropped him.
He's been really good almost every week.
No. Week 1, he had 30 points, and everything else he's done 2 17s and a 1 and then a suspension. So he's been okay. gonna completely shut down this segment, aren't they?
31, 16, 20, 17.
And then a minus
One-
0.01. And then
No, he had a 1.2 and a 0.6. So he's had
there you go.
two bad weeks, and 4 good weeks. 1 great week, and 3 very good weeks. Well, yeah, 3 good weeks and 1 great week.
Shut down this segment.
Speaking of Austin being wrong about things,
Wait, I was right. What?
no, you're not.
I literally was.
He was solid. He's been good. He's had 2
Isn't
bad
that-
weeks.
Yeah, in recent memory.
He's had 2 bad weeks.
He
This
hasn't
year.
done good. He hasn't done great since week 1, but continue. Talk about me. Go ahead.
Yeah,
What I do.
you had a rookie, and this rookie was an inspiration to white men everywhere. You cut him.
Yeah. I started him last week and he gave me 7 points, and I saw Kirby Joseph and I'm like, yo,
Wait, hold on.
this is my boy. What's up?
You cut a white cornerback?
Oh
He
yeah.
cut Cooper DeJean.
How dare you?
Damn.
How dare you?
I didn't
Cut
think it was that deep.
The next best corner to ever play football.
Well, if he's a great corner, I don't want him on my team because then he's not going to get targeted and he won't get tackles, which is not points for me. There's a reason I don't have
I'm not
Pat
even-
Surtain on my
We
team.
can't be friends anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, and then you continued your wide receiver carousel of Rashid Shaheed, Quentin Johnston, and it went back to Quentin Johnston.
Dude, that number 5 spot has been a big question mark this
But it's
entire
also
year.
it's also only been 3 players. It's been or not what go. It's been
One more time. Sound it out. You got it.
it's been
We're
Quentin,
10 episodes in. You
it's
can do it.
been Quentin Johnston, Rashid Shaheed, and the one Denver receiver.
Yeah, a revolving door.
But it's been Rashid Shaheed and Quentin Johnston, what, twice each?
Probably.
At least?
But Rashid, he was there for a while and then he died. So
yeah, he got hurt. Which, of course, he did. Which
And then he died.
the rest of your receivers your receivers.
it's also been a fucking revolving door. They're all amazing. They're all fucking amazing.
Brian
However,
Thomas got hurt this week.
although he don't look like he's gonna be out long term. He started
That's-
practicing already.
That's good, at least.
Yeah, so we got that.
And one last thing, we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but not really. We have been really good at picking these games of the week this year, man.
Oh yeah, we've been
solid.
I'm going to call it more luck than anything else.
Nah, no luck involved. We're
No
picking
luck.
the best
We're
games in the
smart.
league. We just
It's a
know
load of
who's
horseshit.
gonna have a
Smart.
close
A load of
game.
horse shit.
We're the smartest people alive.
All right, you need to
Usually,
relax.
hold on. Usually I'm the guy like mailing in my performance here, but I actually did some research, did some math, delved into it, right? 24.8 points on average the games are decided by, which is like, that's not that crazy. However, we take out Kyle's L to his pops over there.
Where I got
40
blown out.
points, by the way. 40 points. Remember that?
Yeah,
Probably not.
Yeah, I remember. It hurt.
Okay.
a lot.
Anyway, we take away that. There's another one where it was Diamond Dogs versus somebody. He won by like 30, and then take away my only loss of the year to Pineapple, where I lost by like 35, and we get to a 12.3 average, which is crazy.
So
It's
what I'm
probably-
hearing is take out half the sample.
Half the
Right.
sample, and we're amazing. It's not half. It's 5 to 3. It's almost half. But whatever.
Moving on, we got our week 9 matchups. As per usual, I'll run through the first 5 first. We'll get you guys' opinions, then we'll hit the game of the week at the end. First up, we got High Class versus Toilet Snake. Then we got Concussors versus Big Boy Club. We got End Zone Gods versus T-Rex Bitches. We got Deflated Vols versus Pineapple Express. And last up, we got Little Melka versus anyone but Melka, aka Diamond Dogs, because he likes to change his name on us every week.
Every single week.
But what stands out to you guys about these matchups for Week 9?
Yeah, we're coming up to the point where, for a lot of the teams out there, not really me, but every game's starting to matter here.
Okay.
Every game's starting to matter here. Some people fighting for wild card spot. I don't even. Do we even have? No, like whatever, 6 seed. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, some people are trying to fight for that 6 seed, 5th seed. And we got your boy Pineapple making all these moves early in the season. Finally got another win. He was struggling for a bit. He was 2-5. Now he's 3-5, and he's in last place in the division, but he's pushing for that playoff spot versus Deflated, who I pegged as being one of the worst teams. He's also kind of showing up. He beat Diamond Dogs last week. Anyone but Melka, whatever, inflated balls,
balls.
etc., etc., etc. Whatever name you want to give that man, he beat him. He smacked him by like 70 points last week. He put up 220. He's put up good weeks, so this should be an interesting matchup, and it's an important one for these two.
Yeah, they're definitely both fighting to stay alive, and the winner of this game is definitely back in the 6 seed contention. So this is a very important game for both teams here. Speaking of very important game for both teams, we have Endzone Gods versus T-Rex Bitches, and Endzone Gods. Let's see if T-Rex's curse continues here. Will Endzone Gods have a 200+ point game this week, just because that's what happens against T-Rex, and will T-Rex be able to overcome it again?
I will say if Endzone Gods puts up that number, no disrespect to Endzone Gods, but if he puts up that number against T-Rex, I will finally cave and say that he is absolutely cursed and has no luck this year. I know we mentioned Diamond Dogs, etc., earlier. How you feeling about that game, Kyle? How you feeling about that game? Because that could be, he could either blow up, put 250 on you, you lose, or he could put up 150. I don't know who's going to show up this week for Diamond Dogs, but with Tua back, you should be solid.
Yeah, I'm hoping with Tua back that Tyreek will be good. A-Chain had a really good game last week on my bench, but he's back in my lineup this week for sure. I'm feeling okay. But at this point, I can't be confident going into a game. My team's just so up and down, and just it. I'd love to string a couple wins together here, but you know, Joe Burrow's always scary.
That's fair.
Yeah, moving forward, we got a game that's not so big for one of the teams. We got High Class Toilet Snake. This is a big game for High Class. Putting you down a peg would be hilarious. And B, he really needs a win here. I think all of these 3 and 5 teams, definitely big week to need a win, because dropping to 3 and 6 is going to be a little difficult to come back from. 4 and 5, that's comebackable if you can string together a few wins, but 3 and 6 is going to be rough.
Yeah, definitely must win for High Class. On paper, it's not going to happen. However, there's a little voice in the back of my head that's saying, "Bro, this is a trap game. You gonna lose." And I'm like, I will cry if I lose this. I'm putting the safest roster I can put in. I mean, with my hurt receivers, I don't really have much of a choice there. However,
He's also hurt.
He's also hurt, so I should be good. Another guy who's probably crying right now is Concussors, sitting at 1 and 7. My guy, don't give up, man. I guess don't leave the league. We like you. You're fun. I know you're trying. I know you really are. But it's a really rough one this year.
Yeah, he's having a bad season. Let's just remember. Let's just remember 2 years ago, this man was in the championship game, and he lost because a game got suspended due to a man dying on the field. Um, but yeah, he's having a down season for sure. So don't give up. Come back next year. You'll be. I think you still have what it takes to be good.
And our game of the week for week 9, we got Barn Burners versus Slap Yo Mama in the Kokamish fist fight over here.
Kokamish fist fight, rematch of last year's championship game fist fight. This game's got blood on the line, man.
Should be a good one. Anything to say there, Austin?
I think you know the drill here. Slap Your Mama's gonna slap the heck out of
Okay.
Papa Milka Mama.
The amount of flip flopping this man has had for Slap Yo Mama.
There is no flip flopping to be had.
There
I have
is
had
all
his
the
side the whole time. There
flip-flopping.
was a time I lost confidence. However, after the 250 he just put up last week, I am all the way on the slap train again.
Okay.
Just like last time.
Just like last time. Just like last time, you bet against him.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The time before I didn't though, so it's it's fine. I
And
gotta
he
have his
lost.
back at some point here.
So
He's gonna
here's
win.
what I'm hearing. If you're betting for him, he loses, remember? Remember the drill that happened?
Well, either way here, I'm screwed, okay? I'm not winning a quarter again. You think that's happening? No, I'm $1 million in debt to you, whatever. I get it.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is this is not family bias. I apologize, Slap. I do like you, but I think Barn Burners is going to win this game.
But just to wrap up our week 9 matchups here, I got some finishing statements from the unbiased moderator myself.
Oh, boy.
I think we can finally say, like you guys hinted at earlier, Concussors is our most disappointing team. And this is nothing against you, Mr. Concussors, at all. Got no problem with you. Love you. But
Having a bad
I think
season.
you're on that path to the number one. Just saying. But that and a combo with, my one co-host, Mr. Snake over there, and Barn Burners just kind of walking away with their divisions. My question for you guys is, who do you think out of these myriad of teams that are at 3 wins, 4 wins, is really going to do something exciting the next couple of weeks here to push for a higher playoff spot, or even in the playoffs?
Right now, I think playoffs are probably going to end up being 4 teams from the Green Division and 2 teams from the Gold Division. The Gold Division is probably going to be a little bit easier. The battle for that 6 or 5-6 seed in the Gold Division is going to be between me and Endzone, I think. Unfortunately, I don't really see High Class or Deflated High Class or Concussors doing anything. Deflated might have a shot to push in a little bit, but we'll see. He's a game behind Endzone and I. We're tied right now at 4-4. He's at 3-5. But these division games coming up in the second half are really gonna push the narrative of which one of the 2 teams besides Barn Burners are gonna make it in the gold. I just don't see 3 teams beating out the 4th team in the Green Division.
I think, Kyle, if we're gonna go off of 2 people from your division, which makes sense. We've said from preseason that the Green Division looked really tough.
Yeah.
It still is. It still very much is. I know I'm on top. However, it's still a tough division.
You have a gauntlet to go through in the second half.
I know I do. However, I wouldn't say Deflated Balls is out of it. I know you didn't say that, but I'm not counting him out.
He'll definitely have some competition.
Endzone has 1 more win than he does, but he's been struggling the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm concerned. He just lost Stephon Diggs as well. I know he picked up a guy. Maybe he'll do good, but he's on Cleveland, so you never know. That being said, Deflated's been putting up numbers, so that could be an interesting finish there. So
yeah, we'll see.
But moving on to the Green Division, obviously at this point, I'm pretty much a lock unless I completely have the most
Catastrophic
humbling.
failure
Yeah,
of the rest of the
exactly. That
season. Yeah.
that would almost be impressive at this point.
Yeah.
Big boy, I think he's a lock. We said he's going to be good
He's
preseason
been
as
proving it.
well. He had a good draft, and yeah, he's been kicking ass. New guy, it's got to feel good coming in with a gift of a team. Anyway, um, it's gonna be do the other four. It's all up in the air right now.
Mhm.
I don't think Dogs is consistent enough right now.
I agree.
They did trade away a lot of assets, but I don't think they're consistent enough right now to take that spot. T-Rex, if luck persists, I I don't see him missing the playoffs. I really
don't
can't see
either.
that.
I don't either.
Slap's turning hot at the right time right now, but that he could
He's on a 3-game win streak.
exactly he could very well turn off at any point, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Pineapple, he's the one that's really in the hottest seat right now. He's got all these trades going on, and he's 3-5, last place in the division. That's gotta hurt making all those moves and nothing to show for it so far.
I will say though,
Um,
the fact that he's last place in the division, he's only one game behind the third place team in the division. I mean, that division is so up in the air for your last, 4 teams. So
It's anybody's game right now for those
it
guys.
really is. And again, this is why I really don't see 3 teams from the gold division making it. Is your bottom half is so much better than our bottom half right now. It's like I said, your 4th place team in the division is the highest scorer in this on the season. So I don't see how he doesn't make the playoffs. And then I don't see how one of Slap Pineapple Dogs doesn't beat out, an end zone me or deflated.
I agree. Since preseason, we kind of called that shot. We did say. However, I'm kind of shocked by the win totals, how much different it is versus them, versus the gold division, I guess. But it's really neck and neck, and the other division, yeah, Papa Milk is taking it away right now. Sorry to say that for you.
Like I said, the gold division is really going to come down to what happens in the second half of the season during the second stretch of in division games, which start back up next week. Who's going to make the playoffs is really going to come down to who wins the games between me end zone, me deflated, and deflated end zone. Whoever wins those games is going to be the team that makes it in this division.
But getting back on track, our interview for this week, we got both Barn Burners and Slap Your Mama in to talk to me, myself, and Little Melka this week. I had to fill in for Mr. Snake. We'll see you on the other side.
Welcome into this week's Game of the Week. This week we have Slap Your Mama versus Barn Burners, aka Papa Melka, according to Austin. We have the commish battle and the championship rematch from last year. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
How you doing, Slap?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I got Austin with me too.
I'm here for once. It's been like 5 weeks, but I'm here.
You were here last week.
No, I wasn't. Oh yeah, I was. Never mind. I lied. All right. Well, I'm gonna ask the first question here, Mr. Slap. I know you started out rough, but how you feeling going into week 9?
I was feeling pretty good the last couple weeks. My team really started clicking, but this week is looking kind of dismal. I got some players on bye and some players that are injured, so we'll see if my core receivers and my linebackers can carry my team for me.
Well, I'll be honest with you. In the championship game, I like to claim that I lost because, Lamb had a career day. And kind of looking at what he put up for points last week, I feel like he kind of had a career day last week. So I'm hoping he's a normal wide receiver this week. I think that helps me a lot.
That's usually the way it goes.
Crap defense though, so.
All right, Dad. Question for you. You think anyone in our division is gonna beat you the rest of the season, or are you just locking in the number one spot in this division? You're gonna have 2 losses by the end of the season.
No, I highly doubt that I escape the rest of the season without losing another game. I don't know. I haven't looked far enough ahead to know when that is. But we have so many teams that are good, and so many opportunities each week for somebody to go off. I mean, we've seen weeks where we've had kickers get 30 points. We've had linebackers get 30 to 40 points. We've had guys that you'd never expect to score 40 points, scoring 40 points as wide receivers and running backs from one week to the next. It's all you have to do is be that team that week, and you play against them, and you're done. You know, no matter how good your team might be, all it takes most times is one guy to just, you know, I look at my team this way. If I can get 100 points between my running backs and wide receivers, that's 5 of my players, right? That leaves me 9 other players to get me another 100 plus. I feel like I have a good chance to win when that happens. But when a team has one of those 5 put up 40 points, boy, that's a hard team to beat regardless of who you are.
True. So do you think you're gonna win the division?
You know, honestly, looking at the way these things are matched up and the 2-game advantage I have right now, I'd be surprised if I don't. I won't guarantee that I will, but I'd be surprised if I don't.
Fair enough.
It's a very non-Papa Melka answer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm proud of you.
All right, Slap. I got a question for you. You made a few waiver moves this week, but I am a little confused by one of them. In case you didn't notice, because I picked him up right away. What was the motivation in dropping Jamison Williams?
Well, he's going to be suspended for what, 2 more weeks?
1 more week, I think. I think this is the
Yeah,
last
1 more week. And he wasn't really in my regular rotation. I mean, I had Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, and Metcalf are my top 3 guys. And
Okay.
I looked at it at the end of the year, he wasn't going to be a keeper anyway. I would have dropped him. So I did need to pick some. I had some injuries. I believe Metcalf was out, and Pickens is on bye this week. So I needed to pick up a wide receiver. So
Fair
that
enough.
was my thought process there.
Okay.
Checks out. Papa Melka, I gotta ask you, man.
All right.
So I won the quarter last week, finally, which means Kyle got first dibs. He picked you. Are you proud of him?
You know, sometimes when you think something's a sure bet, even though you don't like the enemy you're picking, it's just how it goes. I mean, he had to pick somebody,
Mm.
and he's been so against me this year that he probably figured he needed to, you know, vote for me at least once.
Oh no, it has nothing to do with that. Let me be very clear here. I don't want to win a quarter this week. I don't see. I don't think Slap's gonna beat you. Personally, that's how I feel. I don't think his running backs will be able to do it for him.
You're wrong. Slap's my guy. He's gonna win this easy.
Every time you've said that, I've lost.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The one time that he bet against you, you won.
Right.
Whatever, man. The purses are breaking every week. All right. T-Rex is gonna win finally. Slap's gonna win while I'm confident in him. It's gonna happen.
Well, I hope you're right.
The 0.9 you started with didn't help you a whole lot.
True.
He'll be
No.
fine. He'll be fine.
Do you have confidence winning this week?
Yes.
Slap?
Yes, I do.
Period.
After my 1 running back start, I'm kind of 50-50. Like I said, it all depends on my star wide receivers. If they can both put up 30 points, 40 points, then I might have a chance.
You are on a 3-game winning streak. So
I am.
you've got a good run going right now. But I do think it ends this week, personally.
Probably.
No.
Probably.
He's gonna take that up to 4. He's fine.
Well, Dallas going up against Atlanta, I think CD's got a good chance to have a good game, but I have trouble, and Craig, you could say so, but I don't know that he's had 2 monster weeks in a row ever, has he?
No, he's at a monster and I believe an average. And
Sure.
For him, average 25 points, which isn't
Right.
bad.
Well,
but no, I've
it's
never
really
seen
good.
2 monsters.
Right. Yeah, I mean, 25 is really good. If you pull 25 out of all your receivers, you're a very happy person. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah, totally.
So I'm hoping I get a bump on Pittman this week with a Flacco start. So I got him in my lineup this week. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done that. Of course, I don't think I have too many other options because Higgins is doubtful. Rice is still out. And, well, McMillan was not so impressive last week. I was kind of hoping getting that the only remaining receiver for Tampa Bay was going to be a benefit, but it benefited me at the tight end spot, but not so much.
Austin, you going to respond to his Michael Pittman comment?
I was gonna hold my tongue, but you opened up the window. Pittman is no longer the receiver 1 there, and never will be again. By the way.
Hey, he can play the slot and get and be a Danny Amendola and get 10 receptions and 90 yards and a touchdown every week. You don't have to be the number 1 for that to be successful fantasy wise.
Okay, well, he hasn't done that since like 2005, so
He hasn't even been in the league that long. He's had good games this year already.
Has he? He's had like 1.
He's got a 20-point game, a 14-point game, a 12-point game.
Yeah.
I mean, 14 and 12 aren't great, but for the position I have him on my roster as a number 3 receiver, hey, I'll take that. Like I said, I'm looking for 100 for a combination in my 5 guys. And
yeah, that's fair. Your running backs will hold you up.
I think so, yes.
You'll be okay. So, I know Papa Mocha, you and Big Boy, last time you guys were Game of the Week, you wagered a Starbucks coffee. Y'all wagering anything this week?
We hadn't talked about it, and I've been off of work. What do you think, Craig?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, another Starbucks coffee on the line for the co-commish battle.
We got more Starbucks coffee. Again, he's betting way more than Austin and I are.
These quarters are adding up, man.
These $5 coffees that he's betting is gonna equal our entire bets for the entire season.
No way.
All right, last one for both of you. Do you guys have any messages for the league, being the commissioners?
I don't know about a message, but I have an opinion.
Okay.
If you take a look at the standings, we got a lot of teams at 4-4. We got 6 weeks left, I think. Right?
Yes.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks left. So just looking at that at 4-4, with all the 4-4s out there, I think if you can get to 8 wins, I think 8 wins puts you in the playoffs, or is at least going to put you in a position to battle for a playoff spot. It's possible that we'll have a few teams and somebody will get, knocked out with 8 wins. But I think 8 wins gives you a good shot at playoffs, and I think 9 guarantees you a spot.
Yeah, on the main podcast, we said 9.
Yeah, I think 9 guarantees you a spot. I think 8, though. I think 8 will get several teams in.
Slap, you got anything for the league?
No, not really. I got nothing. I just like how competitive it is. Like Kevin said, you have the 2 teams that are right on top, and then a lot of teams right in the middle. Even the teams that are in the bottom right now, I think they could still win out and make it.
Right.
Yeah, I see a path where Pineapple still makes the playoffs at 2-6 or whatever he's at right now. Or is he 3-5 now?
He's
2-6.
3-5.
2-6.
2-6. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
No way.
Wait.
Hold on.
Did it switch?
That means it switched.
Did it really?
Oh my God.
We
Concussors won.
we recorded on Wednesday and it
Oh my
hadn't
God.
switched yet. This is
He got
breaking
stat
news.
adjusted.
This
Holy
is
shit.
Friday morning breaking news for us. All right.
Oh my God.
We have an editor's note to put into this podcast now. I won
Yeah,
the quarter this
Pineapple
week.
So
I have
Concussors
winless
scored-
in quarters.
Concussor score stayed the same. Pineapple looks like he lost half a tackle, or
Oh
looks like-
my gosh.
Holy shit.
Well, better luck to you this week, Austin.
Oh my God. I have won one quarter.
And the streak continues. His record is the exact opposite of his quarter bet record.
he lost half a point. It looks like, right? Does he have Pratt? Pratt lost.
He has
half,
he has
Yeah,
Pratt.
he
He has Pratt.
Yep. Yep. Pratt lost half a point on a tackle.
Wow.
I'm gonna say one thing. You already had first dibs this week. I was gonna pick Slap anyway, by the way. You had first dibs this week. In the podcast, you said I give up. You can have the quarter this week. So I think I should still have the quarter. Is all I'm saying.
I don't know about that, man. We're gonna have to put a poll
we
out.
already
We're
called
gonna,
it.
We're gonna have to
We-
put a poll out.
All right.
We'll put a poll out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you guys for the breaking news that Austin and I just learned, that I actually did win the quarter bet last week, and I
You did not.
actually did
No.
win the quarter last week, period. Yeah, thanks.
You already said it's my quarter, so it doesn't matter. It's my quarter.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Thanks for having me, guys. Good luck this week.
Thanks,
Good luck,
have-
everybody.
Have a good one, guys.
Well, I want to thank both of our managers for coming on and having a chat with Mr. Malcolm and myself. But guys, any last second thoughts on our game of the week this week?
Barn Burner's
Slap's gonna win.
Slap your mama.
What? That doesn't work that way. It
Barn-
does not work
Barn
that way.
Burner's gonna slap your mama. Just like
I think
dogs
that's-
slapped your mama.
I think he's just, he's got the family connection, and he's just
No,
over-
I genuinely believe that Barn Burners is gonna win this week. I don't like saying that. I don't want Dad to win. Trust me, I don't want Dan
This
to
is
win.
why.
but
This is
he's
why
probably
Nick
going
over
to.
there is having a seizure, going anyone but Melka, inflated balls. Da 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 da.
Well, we'll have all of next week to argue about it and see who wins. But we're getting a little long in the tooth, so let's wrap this bad boy up. Episode 10 in the books. We got what, 4 weeks left of the regular season? Is it 14 weeks?
Yeah, so we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 5
Yeah, so-
games.
5 games left here. We're getting down to the crunch time.
Sorry,
Hopefully
6
things
games.
can keep.
6 games.
Oh.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
He's been in the league for how fucking long, and he still doesn't know this shit.
And he
Hey,
got the
I-
freaking. He
I
got the
have an
trade deadline
excuse.
wrong too. What the
I
heck?
have an excuse. He's making me look bad because I'm just the moderator here and I don't know all the shit. But the man who's been in this league for how many years, won a championship, still doesn't fucking know.
To be fair, I won a championship before there were 17 games a season.
You're putting me in a bad spot. But we got 6 games left. Hopefully we can continue to have our close weeks, our good games of the week. I'm super excited to keep this bad boy going. Thanks again for listening. Any last thoughts, boys?
Should be a close game. Barnes gonna win.
Slap's gonna slap everyone's.
We
mom.
already had that segment. Too bad. See ya.
Later.
What a wonderful day!